Our movie today begins in a faraway city surrounded by snow. In this city, we see a group of elves who are very happy and cheerful because it's the end of December, which means they are getting ready for Christmas. We see them decorating the streets with flowers, while children play happily together. It's clear that the people of the city are living a very joyful life. Then, we move to a mountain far from the city. At the top of this mountain, there is a strange-looking cave where a character named Grinch lives. We learn that Grinch is the one who hates Christmas the most. He wakes up in the morning very angry and smashes his alarm clock. Then, he pulls a rope to ring a bell, which wakes up his dog, Max. Max starts preparing coffee for him, takes it up in the elevator, and serves it to him. After a while, Grinch becomes more awake, gets dressed, and sits on the chair that carries him to the dining table for breakfast. But he's surprised when he finds no food on his plate. He searches all over the cave and realizes that his food supplies have run out. He remembers that he had been eating a lot recently to forget his sadness. This makes Grinch very upset, because now he has no choice but to go down to the elves' city, and right during Christmas time, the season he hates the most. So, Grinch and Max set off to get food. On the way, it's clear how irritated and annoyed Grinch is. Yet no one really knows why he hates Christmas so much. As soon as Grinch gets close to the city, he sees a little boy trying to build a snowman. But instead of helping him, Grinch destroys the snowman. While walking, he notices a group of elves happily singing, so he passes by them, covers his ears to block out the Christmas songs, and quickly runs away. He then enters the store where he plans to buy food and starts grabbing everything he needs. As usual, he refuses to help a short woman who needed assistance and coldly walks away. Meanwhile, in one of the elves' houses, we see a woman talking on the phone while trying to fix a clogged sink. It's clear that she is struggling with raising her twin children. Despite her exhaustion, she pushes herself to prepare food for them, but they refuse to eat it and throw it away. At that moment, her daughter Cindy comes in, realizing that she must deliver this letter to the post office as quickly as possible. Cindy says goodbye to her mother, leaves the house, and slides across the snow to catch the postman before he leaves. She jumps around quickly, sliding over the rooftops with great joy and excitement. But suddenly, her letter flies out of her hands. When Cindy tries to catch it, she accidentally bumps into Grinch. Grinch gets very angry and yells at her, but Cindy apologizes for what happened and asks him if he has seen her letter. Grinch picks it up and realizes that she was going to send it to someone named Santa Claus, asking him to bring her the gift she wished for. But Cindy insists that she was actually asking for something much more important than just a gift. Grinch mocks her, telling her that Santa Claus doesn't even exist, then leaves her and walks away. At that moment, Cindy gets her letter back. Later, as Grinch approaches his cave, he sees his neighbor Brickle, who looks very happy while putting up Christmas decorations. Grinch hides from him, trying to avoid any interaction. Suddenly, a giant snowman-shaped balloon hits Grinch and knocks him to the ground. Brickle rushes over to check if he's okay, and proudly shows him all the Christmas preparations he has made. Grinch learns that the mayor wants this year's Christmas celebrations to be bigger and better than ever before. Grinch keeps mocking him, then leaves with Max to return to his cave. At night, we see Grinch watching the city from the top of the mountain, looking very upset and angry. He then goes back into his cave and sits in front of the fireplace. At that moment, Max comes closer, trying to comfort him. Meanwhile, we see Cindy wearing many jackets and getting ready to leave. She says goodbye to her mother and tells her that she is going to the North Pole to meet Santa Claus and talk to him about something important. Her mother is surprised by Cindy's words, but wishes her a safe trip. She assumes that the journey to the North Pole will take a month or more, so she realizes Cindy won't be able to make it back in time for Christmas. Cindy then changes her mind, deciding not to go, and instead helps her mother decorate the house. The next day, we see Grinch playing the piano, but suddenly Max interrupts him by playing the drums. Grinch gets angry, yells at him, and tells him to leave. When he notices that Max looks sad, Grinch apologizes to him for what happened. Suddenly, Grinch feels the ground shaking inside his cave. When he goes out to see what's happening, he is shocked to find a giant Christmas tree floating in the sky. Brickle then explains to him that this is going to be the city's Christmas tree and invites him to join the celebration. This makes Grinch furious, and he decides he will destroy the tree. Later that night, we see the elves handing over their decorations to the workers so they can hang them on the tree. Among them is Cindy, who asks a worker to hang up her doll. Shortly after, Cindy goes to her friend and tells him that she wants to talk to him about something important, and the two of them set off together. Cindy begins explaining to her friend that she plans to stay awake all Christmas Eve so she can meet Santa Claus. She reveals that she wants to see him not to ask for a gift, but to ask him to help her mother, because her mom works all night and takes care of her and her siblings all day without ever getting any rest. Then we move to Grinch, who is preparing a cannon aimed at the giant Christmas tree. He gets ready to fire, but the cannon shifts out of place, dragging Grinch along with it. Just before falling off the edge, Grinch tries to stop it, but instead of firing the projectile, the cannon launches him straight at the tree. By accident, Grinch lands on the switch that turns on the Christmas lights. The huge tree lights up beautifully, leaving everyone in the city amazed. After that, Grinch falls off the tree and walks away through the crowd of elves, feeling frustrated about what just happened. At that moment, Grinch begins to remember his childhood, how he grew up alone in the orphanage. Every Christmas, no one gave him presents, no one decorated a tree for him, and nothing special ever happened. He would always feel sad watching all the other children celebrate with their families, eating together and enjoying the holiday. That's when he realized that Christmas was the worst day of the year for him, because it reminded him how lonely he truly was. Back in the present, we see Grinch looking very upset. When he hears the townspeople singing Christmas carols, he becomes even sadder. Later, when he returns to his cave, he angrily tells Max that he must destroy Christmas. Suddenly, a crazy idea strikes him. He says that he will steal Christmas from the elves' city. He explains to Max that he'll steal the trees, all the gifts, the decorations, and even the food. And he decides that he will begin his plan tomorrow. The next day, Grinch takes Max down to his workshop and explains that he will disguise himself as Santa Claus. But instead of delivering gifts to the elves, he will steal all of Christmas from them. Max is very confused by this idea. Meanwhile, Cindy rides her sled to meet her friend. The two of them rush off into the forest until they reach the treehouse they built. They climb up and start planning how they could meet Santa Claus. Cindy's friend suggests pouring lots of honey on the roof so that Santa's reindeer would get stuck and be unable to move, which would force Santa to stay. But Cindy doesn't like the idea, since the reindeer would freeze in the cold. Suddenly, she gets an idea and says they'll need the help of all their friends. Back with Grinch, he shows Max a book on how to lure reindeer. However, when he tries it, the only thing he attracts is a goat. Frustrated, Grinch gives up, but Max realizes they have to keep searching. After a long time of looking everywhere, they finally find a field full of reindeer. But just as they're about to approach them, the goat suddenly screams, scaring all the reindeer away. Luckily, one reindeer remains. Grinch carefully sneaks up to catch it, but when the reindeer notices him and tries to escape, Grinch throws a rope. The reindeer pulls hard, crashing into a tree. After a while, the reindeer calms down and agrees to follow Grinch and Max back. Meanwhile, Cindy gathers her friends, who arrive to help her. She explains that she wants to catch Santa Claus so she can ask him for something important. Her friends agree and promise to help. That night, Grinch, Max, and the reindeer sneak toward Brickle's house. Grinch tells them to wait while he climbs up to steal the sleigh. He carefully sneaks inside, but unfortunately trips over a ladder, waking the guard dog. Startled, Grinch runs quickly, trying to avoid being caught. He climbs to the second floor, uses decorations to cover himself, and almost gets spotted by Brickle. When he finally reaches the roof, he sees Brickle's family singing Christmas songs, which frustrates him even more. Still, he continues with his plan and tries to steal the sleigh. But the dog attacks him, causing the sleigh to crash through the ice. The reindeer gets hooked to it, pulling it away. Later, Grinch returns to his cave, happy with what he has accomplished. That night, he, Max, and the reindeer sleep together on the same bed. The next morning, the reindeer wakes up and goes searching for food in the kitchen. Max hears noises, wakes up, and goes to check. He finds the reindeer making coffee for Grinch. Max becomes jealous, and when he sees Grinch enjoying the coffee, he grows even more upset. Soon after, Grinch begins preparing by calculating how many houses are in the elf city. He equips Max with drones and surveillance cameras to spy on the townspeople. But when Max gets distracted by sausages, he loses control of the drone, crashes it into Grinch, and ruins the plan. Back in the cave, Grinch rebuilds his model of the city and explains to Max and the reindeer how he will steal from each house one by one. He has thought through every small detail and warns them especially about the cookies that will be waiting inside every home on Christmas Eve. Meanwhile, Cindy and her friends set up a trap for Santa Claus. When her friend demonstrates by reaching for the cookies, he accidentally falls into the trap. Back to Grinch. He proudly shows Max and the reindeer his upgraded sleigh. He harnesses the reindeer, who pulls it at great speed, and they all enjoy sliding together. Grinch is thrilled, believing his plan will succeed. But suddenly, the reindeer stops when it sees its mate and child. Overcome with emotion, the reindeer reunites with its family. Sadly, Grinch lets the reindeer go and watches it leave with them. Back in the elf city, everyone is happy and excited because tomorrow is Christmas Day. They keep buying gifts for their friends, and each child takes family photos. Meanwhile, Matt sneaks into the workshop and sees all the gadgets Grinch has built for the heist. We then see Grinch fully dressed as Santa Claus, preparing for the big night. He praises Max, telling him that he is a truly loyal dog. That's why he has chosen him to lead the sleigh. At night, we see Cindy telling her mother that she doesn't want anything from Santa Claus except just one thing. A little later, Cindy goes to prepare Santa's trap. On the other side, we see the Grinch getting ready to start stealing the presents. Max jumps in, pulling the sleigh, running fast, and as soon as they reach the town, the Grinch climbs onto the rooftops and goes down the chimneys. He starts stealing the presents, the Christmas trees, and everything related to Christmas, throwing it all down to Max, who stacks them on the sleigh. The Grinch keeps moving from one house to the next, stealing everything inside, and manages to overcome every obstacle in his way, like the sleepwalking elf and the little cat that attacks him. Even though the Grinch knows many children will be sad because of what he's doing, he doesn't feel guilty at all. As he sneaks through town stealing the lights, the place becomes dark and depressing. After some time, the Grinch has stolen from every house, except one. That last house belongs to Cindy. The Grinch goes there, steals the lights and decorations outside, then quickly slips down the chimney to steal the presents. By coincidence, he sees some cookies and decides to eat one, but the moment he takes a bite, the trap activates. His leg gets caught, and he's left hanging from the ceiling. Cindy wakes up to the alarm sound and realizes Santa Claus is inside the house. She runs to him, convinced he's really Santa. She apologizes for what happened, helps him down, and even brings him some milk, treating him kindly. Cindy is amazed that she got to meet Santa Claus. The Grinch thanks her and tells her to go back to bed. That's when Cindy tells him she doesn't want any gifts for Christmas. What she really wants is for him to help her mother, who works so hard, helping others, and never gets any rest. The Grinch is touched by her words and gently asks her to go back to sleep. Cindy thanks him, wishes he would come tomorrow to celebrate Christmas with them, and tells him that when he closes his eyes and listens to their singing, he'll feel true happiness. She thanks him again and leaves. After a while, the Grinch finishes stealing everything and loads up the sleigh. He is deeply moved and can't stop thinking about what Cindy said. Max pulls the sleigh and they head back to the cave. And next morning, Cindy is shocked to discover that all the gifts have been stolen. The Who's are also confused and don't understand who could have done something like this. Cindy feels guilty and admits to her mother that it's her fault because she set the trap for Santa Claus, and that's why he stole everything. Her mother comforts her, saying that whoever did this only stole lights and presents, but they didn't steal Christmas, because Christmas is in their hearts. Back at the mountain, we see the Grinch and Max pushing the stolen gifts, ready to dump them off the cliff. Just then, he hears the Who's singing Christmas songs. Shocked, he picks up the loudspeaker and sees them celebrating, happy, even though everything was stolen. The Grinch notices Cindy singing and closes his eyes, listening carefully, just like she told him. For the first time in his life, he truly feels happy. But suddenly, he realizes the sleigh is sliding off the cliff. The Grinch jumps after it, grabs onto it with his hook, and hangs on the edge. Unfortunately, the cliff begins to crumble beneath him. At the last moment, the reindeer arrives, grabbing the hook, and with the help of his mate, his calf, and Max, they all pull together and manage to save the Grinch and the sleigh. Overjoyed, the Grinch thanks the reindeer for saving him, then takes the gifts and heads back to Whoville. When he arrives, he steps off the sleigh and admits to everyone that he was the one who stole Christmas. He apologizes for everything he did, explaining that he thought stealing would make him happy instead of feeling lonely all the time. He goes to Cindy, apologizes for letting her down, and walks away, sad and ashamed. Back at his cave, Max discovers that the Grinch secretly got him a gift, and Max happily plays with it. Suddenly, there's a knock at the door. The Grinch opens it to find Cindy, who introduces herself again and explains that she came to invite him to Christmas dinner. The Grinch is shocked, reminding her that he stole their gifts. But Cindy insists that she knows what he did, and now it's time for him to stop living alone. Determined, she insists that he join them for dinner, then leaves, skipping happily away. That evening, the Grinch nervously goes to Cindy's house. He knocks on the door, and Cindy's mother welcomes him warmly. Cindy takes him inside, introducing him to everyone. He even meets Mr. Bricklebaum, who hugs him joyfully. Slowly, the Grinch begins to open up, treating everyone kindly, and even helping Cindy's mother prepare the turkey. Before dinner, the Grinch asks to say a few words. He confesses that he spent his whole life hating Christmas, but now he realizes that he never really hated it. What he hated was being alone. He thanks everyone, especially Cindy, for changing his life. Finally, for the very first time, the Grinch celebrates Christmas with the Who's, having overcome his loneliness and discovering true happiness.